Retail has moved west of the 405. It always has and continues to, following the increase in population as well as employment and incomes of the residential population, basically. Some of the stronger markets, higher demographics of incomes, rest west of the 405. We have a lot of density. Interestingly, we have seen Whole Foods sign a lease on about approximately 40,000 square feet on Santa Monica Boulevard at Barrington, just west of the 405, and a City Target signing a lease just about 3 blocks west of that. In a submarket that traditionally had only seen small shop spaces, we now have 2 major anchors landing on the street. It is similar to what we're calling the Times Square of downtown LA. Any tenants that are looking to be highly visible should be in this location compared to the rest of the market. It also features a digital branding board that's what's considered the largest third-party digital branding board in the country. So it's going to generate a tremendous amount of returns to the ownership. It's directly across the street from Staples and LA Live. It's a mixed-use project that has 505 residential condominiums, a Park Hyatt hotel, as well as 150,000 square feet of commercial space on 2 levels. Retail and restaurant spaces, exactly about 50,000 square feet of restaurants, 100,000 square feet of retail. The rents on that particular project are the highest in the market. It's literally in the premier corner in the submarket, so our rents we're seeing second floor space at approximately $84 a square foot. We're seeing ground floor space over $125 a square foot, plus nets anywhere between $30 to $48 a square foot, depending on the use. The growth of the South Park marketplace with mixed-use developments has been driven primarily by apartments over ground floor commercial space. We've seen in this cycle, in South Park alone, there's been over 5,000 apartments built within 3 blocks of Staples Center. Previously, up until this cycle, we didn't have much daytime support from customers in the South Park neighborhood. It was mostly individual buildings with parking structures or parking lots. With this growth, we have the second wave of infill retail below the mixed-use developments. Everything from Starbucks and Chipotle's of the world, best-in-class fast casuals, fitness tenants, and now we're seeing the second wave tenants coming in, which are actually sit-down restaurants. We're seeing a host of 3,500 to 5,500 square foot restaurants to service the marketplace. We have financial institutions behind them coming with banks now. And the last to step in, I think, are specialty fitness and then retail. The specific submarkets in Los Angeles that I'm seeing are experiencing the most growth are those that are literally adjacent to the mass transit growth. So the train line from downtown to Santa Monica blew up. Culver City, which is east of Santa Monica, is now experiencing tremendous growth. There is a new transit system that's being built from the airport, LAX, up into the Santa Monica line. Where that node is, which is at Exposition at Crenshaw, they're experiencing tremendous growth. Land is selling almost double the price it was 2 years ago. Retail is flocking to the neighborhood. And again, I'm not a residential agent, but most importantly, the residential price point is rising dramatically around that submarket. I think it's going to continue to move east. The gap between Crenshaw and downtown LA is about 6 miles. I think at the various stations over this cycle and more importantly into the next cycle, I believe we're going to see growth along that corridor. The growth of the public transit in Los Angeles, which is the first in my lifetime, outside of the core downtown market, has literally changed the submarkets where the train stations have actually landed. We've seen a tremendous amount of vertical development around the stations for people to walk to. We've seen residential valuation of homes virtually double in the last eight years, and we've seen a tremendous amount of growth of the retail and restaurant population. The best thing about it for the developers is that the rental structures have literally doubled as well in the last 8 years in most markets. Also, new markets have been created. As an example, Culver City, which is an area that's getting a tremendous amount of attention right now due to Amazon Studios leasing the Culver Studios and also leasing the office space at a project I work on called the Culver Steps. That's about 500,000 square feet of office space, with an additional 500,000 feet of office space within 3 blocks in each direction. The train station is 2 blocks away.